Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Lego Marvel The Avengers. How's everybody doing today? So, today we are going to the world of Thor. Is YouTube working? Yeah, YouTube's working. So, we're going to Asgard today to do free roaming and take care of all of Asgard today. At least that's going to be the plan. And there's still a ton of stuff to do in New York City, I believe. Yeah, there's a lot. But Amber's got 98 gold bricks out of 250. 3 of the red bricks, and Stan Lee is going to take quite a while. 50 of 150 mini kits. Wow, it's crazy. So we'll be playing this for a while. Like I said, we'll probably be playing this game till February, which is fine. People have been asking us, like, what is going to be your newest playthrough, like, brand new game? The only brand new game that we can cover this month is the Pokemon game that comes out on the 28th. So until then, it's just kind of like filler-esque, kind of. So, yeah. Where's Asgard? What's this? That's the Barton Farm. We don't want to go there. Manhattan. Where is... Ah, there is the mighty Asgard. Let us go. Whoa! Supposed to be traveling the Bifrost? Is that what that was? Okay. Yeah, oh, there's the Bifrost right there. Very nice. Very cool, very cool. We're gonna bring Thor in. Thorith. The mighty Thor. There he is. Okay, honey, eat your food and then talk. Okay. Sorry. Amber will be here momentarily, and if you guys didn't know, today's Amber's birthday. For her birthday stream, kind of, she's going to be playing a very weird game tonight. She really wanted to play Catwoman, which is a thing. So, yeah. And Catwoman will be around 8 o'clock tonight. It'll be very interesting. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man is tonight, per usual. What I'll be doing differently with the Amazing Spider-Man is I'm actually going to complete the game 100%, which is something I've never done before. And then I'll move on to probably another Marvel-esque game. Hi, honey. Happy birthday again.
And, Fernando donated a very generous donation last week.
Oh, thank you for, yeah, I see that. Very generous donation from, Fernando today. Thank you.
Thank you, Fernando. And, yeah, so I actually just watched, Thor is one of my favorite MCU movies, and I liked all 3 of them, if actually 4, because there was Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
So I just watched the first one today, and wow, such a well-done movie. I was actually breathing hard watching it because it's so intense.
What, Ragnarok or Thor?
No, Thor.
The first one. Okay.
So, a lot of my questions that I had about Loki and Thor kind of got answered by watching the first movie over again. So long ago, and Chris Hemsworth actually looked a little different back then.
Oh, he was very young.
He looked really young, and then he, you know, he still looks good as Thor. It's just like, he just looks a little different now. It's kind of interesting. The movie is very, I don't know who directed or wrote the movie, but it was very poetic the way, it was kind of written like an old saga or something, because it was really interesting. I really liked the first one a lot. Like I was just explaining to Luke, the first Thor movie, the beginning scene is basically Thor becoming king, and he's very, what do you say, kind of like arrogant, and like, not the very, very beginning scene, but pretty close to the beginning. They show Thor and Loki growing up as little kids, and then they show, basically, he says, only one of you can be king, though. Odin says that. He says, you know, one of you will be king. You were both born for the throne, but only one of you can be king. And then they cut to Thor becoming king, and he's smiling, and he's super just like, hey, look at me, and I'm amazing, Thorith. And everyone's like, huzzah, and there's all the armor is glistening and shining, and it's awesome. and I don't know. I won't like go into the whole thing, but I found one really interesting thing about, like, we were asking about. Do you want me to
No, you're
get in?
Nope, you're fine. Keep talking if you want.
I was just gonna say, like, we were asking last time, why is Loki adopted? Why did he take him?
Face front. This looks like yet another perilous predicament.
Yes.
So, basically, what I didn't realize until I watched Thor again was Loki's father is actually the king of the Frost Giants.
Yeah.
Loki and Lofi is his father. So Lofi, basically, he has this really dramatic scene, Loki does, with Odin, where he says, why did you bring me here? Because basically, he's brought here to be a son of Odin, but he can never be as good as Thor. And so he's so angry about that, because no matter what he does, he can never amount to what Thor is. He can never be the #1 son of Asgard and all this stuff. And he's like, why did you bring me here? And he says, what, you just brought me as a pawn to make peace with the Frost Giants? Like, why did you do this? Because he finds out he's Frost Giant when Thor and him go, and Thor's kind of like his brash action to go, bust some heads and take down a bunch of Frost Giants, because the Frost Giants make their way to Asgard. So, oh, thank you so much for the super. Thank you so much for the highlighted message, Sons of Gaming. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Sons of Gaming. Virtual hugs. Thank you so much. Well, basically, the Frost Giant, one of the Frost Giants, it might be his father or another Frost Giant, actually touches Loki's arm, and his arm becomes blue when they're there. And he realizes, oh my gosh, like, I'm different. I don't know if he realized it then or he always knew. But that giant was basically telling him, like, he knew, like, that Loki wasn't Asgardian. And, basically he came back and he's asking his father, like, why? He's so angry at him, and he said, that was the only reason he used me as a pawn. And he's so furious, and his father says, no, that wasn't the only reason. It was because... And then they show the cutscene where he's a little baby Frost Giant, but he was left in the cold by his father. And he said, you were left there because you were considered too weak and you wouldn't survive, so they were gonna basically leave you out in the cold and have you killed by the elements as a child. And so he said, I couldn't leave you there. He said, after I slaughtered a bunch of Frost Giants, I noticed you were there and you were so innocent, and I had to take you with me. So I don't know, I found it very interesting that his father...
Yeah.
His father didn't just take him as a pawn. His father he saved his life. Odin saved Loki's life. He didn't want Loki to die when he was a baby. And his mom and his dad, if you actually watch the first Thor movie, his mom and his dad love him very much. I know, like... I always see people online saying, like, his father mistreated him, but that's not true. If you watch the first Thor movie, he loved his mom and his dad and his brother so much. So it's actually heartbreaking towards the end when Loki actually falls off the Bifrost. Because either he falls off because he feels like he'll never be good enough, or he feels like his father won't forgive him for what he did, which is he tried to destroy the Frost Giants to basically impress his father so he'd finally be good enough. Or maybe he falls off the Bifrost because he feels like no matter what he does, like, or he feels unloved, but whatever it is, he actually lets go of Thor's hand. He actually falls from heaven, basically. Asgard is basically like heaven, and he just falls. And then they cut to the end of Thor, the first movie, and he becomes king again. Like, the Frost Giants interrupt his coronation of king, but at the end of the movie, he becomes king again. But this time, instead of Thor being happy and dancing around being like, look at me, Thor is actually very sad because he's lost his brother, and it's horrible. Like, he actually feels terrible because he misses his brother so much. So, like, if you guys watch the first Thor movie, it's really good. I really recommend it. It's really... I'm glad you got me Disney Plus, because literally at the end of the movie, I was, like, crying. It's so good, and, I really like it, and it makes so much sense. Like, Loki does not grow up wanting to be evil his whole life. He actually he doesn't want that at all. He actually really does love Thor as a brother and his mom and dad. It's really interesting. So, sorry, but if you guys want to know why Loki is not blue, when Odin touches him, when he's a little baby in the cold, when Odin picks him up, when he's a little tiny child being left out for dead, his hand touches Loki's little blue baby body, and it changes and makes him look human. When when Odin touches Loki, it makes him look Asgardian instead of Frost Giant. But when Loki either uses Frost Giant magic or when he is touched by another Frost Giant person with magic, he will turn blue, or when he's very angry and he's using his Frost Giant powers, he can turn blue again. He will turn blue for a second. So he is a Frost Giant. He appears as Guardian because he was... You guys have to remember that both the Frost Giants and the Asgardians both have powerful magic. So they both kind of can touch things and change them. They're not like humans either. So sorry, that was my long rant, but the first movie it's so good.
How is that a rant?
It's unbelievably good. Like, the movie is so good. Like,
Amber,
oh my gosh.
that's not the definition
That was
of
my long discussion, but it's so good. I can't wait. His mother is still alive in the only thing I don't like, and I watched it again. Honestly, I have no problem with him and what is her name? She actually does a good job. I watched it a second time. Padme, actress Natalie Portman, does a great job. Only one thing I would change in their love story. Only one thing. And I thank you for the super chats. But they would have changed the entire dynamic and would have made me like him a lot more. Is at the end of the movie, Sif, who's his friend since childhood, and in some incarnations of Thor, his wife, she's talking to his mother because she's really good friends with his mother, and she says, "How is he?" And she says he misses his brother so much, and her. And then his mother says, "You mean the mortal woman?" And she says, "Yes." But basically, so Sif is really good friends with his mom. Like, she's really good friends with his family. Well, I mean, that doesn't have to be the only requirement for marrying someone, but I'm just saying, like, it would have been perfect. Marriage made in heaven, basically. But what I'm saying is, like, at the end, like, he kisses her hand before he goes back up to Asgard, and that would have been perfect, because he just met her. He was only there for a few days, or weeks. Like, really, dude. But then he, like, kisses her on the mouth, and it's just, like, this huge kiss. And it's just like, dude, like, you just met this person. Like, I feel like they kissed way too fast.
Can you get to your...
Yeah, I'm just done. I just would have rather him been with Sif, but also, like, maybe if they took it more slow, I would have liked their togetherness better.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm done. I'll check the super chat. But, yeah.
So, yeah, Amber really likes Thor, and she likes Asgard, and she likes Viking stuff, so... She really liked the first Thor movie, apparently. I don't really remember the first Thor movie. I don't remember the Dark World either. I only remember Ragnarok. Ragnarok was my favorite. But it didn't feel like a Thor movie. Maybe that's why. I don't know. So this is the Great Library. Okay. So...
SHIELD stands for Supreme Headquarters International Espionage Law Enforcement Division.
Library of Asgard.
Thank you for the super chat, Nardia McPhee. Thank you for the super chat, Leroy the Taco Dog. Thank you for the highlighted message, Sons of Gaming. Thank you guys so much.
Okay. In the Library of Asgard.
Thank you, Sons of Gaming. Thank you, Leroy. Thank you, Nardia. Thank you guys so much.
There we go. Sound feels weird.
Yeah, I feel like they're... Actually, I was looking to see, because at the end of the movie, before he goes back up to Asgard, he kisses Natalie Portman. But I was trying to see if that was actually Natalie Portman or if that was his wife. If that was his wife, then his wife looks strangely like Natalie Portman.
They put a wig on her.
Because if that was really his wife, maybe it wasn't that bad, but I don't know. But I mean, for the character to kiss her like that, so dramatically, when he only knew her for a few weeks, is kind of weird. But okay. Oh no, it was great. Thank you so much, Nardia. Says that was a birthday donation. Sorry, it's not much. Oh, it is a lot. Thank you so much, Leroy, Sons of Gaming, and Nardia. You guys are very generous. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm talking a lot, but yeah. I'll probably watch the second movie this week sometime. This game gave me a reason why to watch the movies again, and I really, really do like the first Thor movie a lot. I'm sorry.
Why is this
Whoever holds this hammer, if he'd be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. You're right, OH. Yep, that's what Odin says, straight out of the movie. Exactly, OH. Yeah, Sons of Gaming says, yeah, with Thor being kind of old school, it makes sense the way you were saying it. Yeah, I feel like it moved too fast. I feel like he should have just kissed her hand, and then the next movie, maybe they could have done
Why is this not opening?
I'll come in, I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to come in yet. That's really weird, because it's all connected. This should open. Right, like this is, maybe it's glitched. Oh wait, no it's not. Never mind.
Thank you guys very much for the super chats. You guys are very sweet. Thank you guys very much.
I was overthinking it, of course.
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
For what? Why are you apologizing? Because you're talking a lot? You're fine.
No, because I'm not helping with the...
No, I'm good. Alright, so this is the Libary of Asgard. So that's the first gold brick. So then the next one probably is going to be inside the Libary of Asgard.
Yeah, it's true. You guys are right. Odin says whoever holds his hammer, if he'd be worthy, he will possess the power of Thor. So he does use the word he. So in Odin's basically blessing on the hammer, which gives it the power, in reality, Odin does not give the option for a woman to hold it. If you really look at the original Thor movie, he does not say the word he or she.
They'll retcon it.
Oh, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I'm not saying if it's good or bad, but I'm just saying, to be honest, he does not say he or she. If you really look at it, he says he, so it has to be a guy. So Loki actually tries to pick it up several times in the, well, at least once, he tries very hard to pick it up in the movie, because he knows if he's worthy, he will be the king too. Anyone who would be worthy enough can hold it, which is why later on they deal with that. Steve Rogers is able to pick it up, you know. So in reality, if Loki was found worthy, he could wield it, because that was the blessing that Odin put on. If you think about it.
Yeah.
It's like the whole movie, Loki just doesn't understand why he's not worthy.
Whoa! Hey!
Oh, that guy stole it.
He stole my icon!
I think that was a frost giant that took it.
Yo!
We gotta get those frost giants.
What in the world?
Well, we have to make sure to always make peace with them too, because we don't want to continue war forever.
Unfortunately, I am mighty.
I don't even know who that guy is, but he took my icon. Yeah, you can't even get into the fight, honey. I can't see. Oh wait, no, there you are. No, you're in. You're fine.
But it's still split screen.
It's always gonna be split screen. It's 2-player.
Do they have Sif in here?
I don't know. We'll find out when we unlock stuff in this.
I don't seem to be able to move.
Whoa! Will you stop moving around, guy?
Oh! Oh, sorry.
Loki.
Lofi! That's Loki's dad.
Oh.
That's Loki's father, the king of the frost giants. You'd think he'd be bigger. He's a giant. He's supposed to be huge. He should be bigger than Hulk, and he's this tiny figure.
He's a tiny guy.
He should be tremendous.
Nope.
This is not accurate at all.
Yeah, he's small.
He's a frost giant. But he's the same size as Spider-Man. This is inaccurate. This is tremendously inaccurate. This guy should be like at least 30 feet tall.
Oh well. Well, that's him. And then there was another character I think we unlocked. Let me see.
Alright, maybe 20 feet tall at least.
Any black circles? No. Ah!
Sorry.
Not seeing any black icons, so that means that was it. Wait, Killmonger.
He's small, like Amber, says Sons of Gaming. Hey! Hey, I could be part frost giant. You don't know.
Sure.
That makes sense why Loki looks small like Asgardians. Because Odin said that he was small. He was smaller than his brothers. That's why he was left to die. He was a small giant.
Small giant, yeah.
But he still has frost giant powers, but he was a small... But he is actually descended from the king of the frost giants.
Mm-hmm.
So he's royalty as well, if you really think about it.
Alright, so this was the Asgard library then. I'm pretty sure that we did everything that we're supposed to here. Just double check. Is there anything around this vicinity?
I must rebuild my
Valkyrie!
Oh yeah, the superhuman show where superhuman people can actually exist. That documentary show they did. Yep, definitely Moises.
Oh, the original Valkyrie. Alright, Valkyrie Quest.
Oh,
The ranks of the Valkyrie grow lesser by the day. Many have we lost in great battles. Others to, shall we say, alternative lifestyles. It appears the allure of a realm known as London drew many away.
This is Valkyrie.
Wait, did they recast Valkyrie, or she first appeared in Ragnarok?
Oh, this is before she appeared in Ragnarok, I guess.
I don't think she ever appeared in the Thor movies until Ragnarok.
Yeah, this doesn't look anything
So
like the actress.
This is comic book Valkyrie. Okay.
I must replenish our numbers soon. Are we to be ready for Asgard's next attackers? Be they dark elves or even Londoners? I would ask that you alert any likely candidates you find to our cause.
Alright, it's saying on Wikipedia that he's between 8 and 10 feet tall.
Okay.
Lofi, the frost giant, but I would think he looked way bigger in the movie.
Be on the lookout for any Asgardian female who displays a talent for combat. Having died honorably in battle is a bonus, but not a requirement.
Okay, so we have to just follow the red circles.
Okay.
And that's how you recruit a lady who...
Valkyrie summons me.
Ha!
But
that's kind of cool.
I know, like in Norse mythology, many times Thor is married to Sif.
Mm-hmm.
So it just bothers me because I'm like, no, he's supposed to be with Sif. Who's this Jane person? It's like me when I took Crom from Sumia. It's not accurate. Sorry, sweetheart, to bring up old wounds.
I don't care.
I know.
You already did Crom this month and can't hurt me.
I'm sorry. Am I Loki right now?
You are Loki right now.
I'm Loki, but without my helmet.
Yeah. Helmetless Loki.
Spilled my drink, good sir. You shall pay for this misdeed in bruises.
Alright, I'm coming up to... Ah, there she is. Okay, here's one.
I improve any further. I do not disappoint the Valkyrie.
Oh, thanks for the super chats, everyone. I'll check those.
Okay, I can't do anything there. There should be another Valkyrie person somewhere. That's for Steve Rogers. That's for later.
You spilled my drink, good sir. My talents are wasted on this bag of cloth. I require a real...
Okay, well, your real challenge is coming. I just have to find thee.
I don't even have the dots on my map, honey, so I'm just gonna drop out because I can't seem to find it.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, thank you, Justin. Thank you, Batman Rocks. Thank you, Justin. You guys are so sweet.
Sir. You shall pay for this misdeed in bruises.
Pay for this in bruises? What?
Oh, there are two different Valkyries in the MCU? Interesting, OH. Yeah, so in Ragnarok, she looks different, but then there's a Valkyrie in the other Thor
I didn't know that.
movies. That's interesting.
Good sir. You shall pay for this misdeed in
Well, I mean, they...
A more worthy opponent, you say? I accept your
Okay.
request.
Oh, I mean, they recast Chuck into the Thor movies randomly.
Yeah, they did.
So
yeah.
they have recast different people in the... or there could be a couple different people named Valkyrie, I don't know.
I don't remember seeing Valkyrie until... Maybe she was in Thor the Dark World, I don't know.
Yep. Batman Rock says, hope you're having a great birthday, Amber. I wish the movies delved deeper into the politics and culture of Asgard. They destroyed Asgard too early. Definitely Batman Rocks. I agree.
Well, they had Asgard in 3 movies in total, sort of.
I forgot. Yeah, I guess they did. I guess they did. I mean, a lot of times though they were down on Earth, in the Earth realm.
Well, they were in the Earth realm, but I mean, like, Asgard appeared in Thor. The Thor the Dark World, most of the movie took place in Asgard. It was a war.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then the third movie, it begins in Asgard, and then Asgard gets destroyed during the first arc. Or it gets taken over, and then it gets destroyed. Thor destroys it at the end of Asgard. Or, and then they're on that spaceship thing.
Yep. And Justin Kelly says, happy birthday, Amber. Thank you for the super chat, Batman Rocks. Thank you for the super chat, Justin. Thank you guys so much.
Valkyrie.
A most impressive platoon you have gathered. We shall begin Valkyrie training immediately. Lesson 1. If a mortal woman appears and begins to regale you with tales of a mythical place called London, ignore her. That is all for today.
Okay, there we go. So Valkyrie is unlocked. So we're gonna unlock the Valkyrie. Hello. Valkyrie is gonna be right here.
Hey, Brittany Luna says, it's your birthday, Amber? It is.
It is Amber's birthday, yep. Valkyrie unlocked. Does she fly? No. She has a cool sword, though. So why can't I
So the mortals have achieved space travel.
go inside here yet? This place is sealed still.
Oh, wow. Valkyrie arrived to save Thor when she was drunk and she fell down after making her entrance. Oh, wow, OH. I'll have to watch that part again. It's interesting. Yeah, there is a lot of Valkyries in Norse myth, exactly, Sense of Gaming, so, I mean, originally Valkyrie, there was a lot of Valkyries, but I guess, I don't know how many Valkyries there are in comics, but I don't know.
Well, Valkyrie is supposed to be the leader of the Valkyries.
Yeah, like, her name is Valkyrie and she leads them. Yeah, that is... Well, maybe there was a different Valkyrie in the other Thor movies, and then they recast a different version of Valkyrie for the later Thor movies.
Asgard's actually pretty big in this. Alright, so Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah.
How in the name of the Allfather shall I proceed here? When Thor lent me his aid back then, I did not expect he would ask me to repay him like this. But my word is my bond, and it must be done. I must meet and greet with the good people of Asgard in his place.
Beta Ray Bill Quest.
Fortunately, my Thor impression is impeccable. Unfortunately, I have forgotten the locations which I must visit. Perhaps you could aid me in seeking them out?
Beta Ray Bill! I'd love to see Beta Ray Bill in the MCU. That'd be cool. Alright, so it's another... It looks like it's a fetch quest again. You have to follow the red dots again. Are you... No, you're not. Wait, who's this guy? Oh, Beta Ray Bill is hanging out with me.
Aww.
Oh, okay.
That's very sweet, Brittany Luna says. If I wasn't working, I would... I wish I was working. Oh, I wish I was working. I'd give you a birthday present. I'll make up for it later. Happy birthday.
No, don't worry about it,
Very
Brittany.
sweet, Brittany. Oh,
You already
so...
do so much for the channel, Brittany.
Yeah,
We hope you're
thank you
feeling
so
better.
much.
Last time you were under the weather, you said you got the thing.
Yeah, I hope you're feeling okay, Brittany. We'll be praying for you as always.
The great Thor is running rather late.
Wonderful to see you. Oh, yes, I suffered a sinus infection. Made my face swell in strange places. Have you lost weight?
A most charismatic fella.
On to the next.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. H2S2 fan says, have a nice birthday. You're so sweet and nice and friendly. friend ever, and I like your community streams so much. Thank you so much, E2SU fan. Really appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. And Moises says, talking about the Stanley show about superpowers, could drawing be considered a superpower? I mean, anything that you're good at could be considered a superpower. I mean, I think it could. I mean, I guess the show is mainly about people that can make their bodies like go into extreme cold or run for miles without getting tired, but I think like anything is like, you know, drawing or music or art or anything could be superpower, definitely.
This feast will be even grander once our esteemed guest arrives.
Greetings.
Aww.
Yes, it is I. My hammer is just in the blacksmith getting a tune-up.
Most excellent.
That concludes that. Where to next?
Okay, so basically, I love how they show all the people like feasting and stuff like that too. They're having like a grand feast in the hall.
I agree, Luke.
That's very Viking lore like. Who is
That
this?
you lend your ear to my plight.
Who are you? Oh, you're another quest. Well, we'll finish this one and then we'll do another quest.
Yeah, they have a lot of feasting in the first movie, definitely.
Well, it's supposed to. It's Viking lore. When they die and stuff, they're...
Yeah, that's
Great
kind of like,
feast.
this is kind of the heaven of, you know,
All right. Time for another show.
it's a Viking version of heaven. So, yep, you're correct.
A fine banquet. How is your father? Oh, I see. When did that happen?
I think I just saw Mjolnir.
I believe only one remains. Lead the way.
Okay, one place left.
But yeah, Sons of Gaming will say, yep, the Valkyries bring people up to Valhalla. Yep, you're correct.
That's
Sons of
their
Gaming.
job.
Yep, they bring the fallen warriors. Where
When Thor arrives, I shall eat him under the table.
I'm going to attempt a joke this time. Wish me luck. The gods look kindly on this night. I guess that would be me.
I didn't think he'd really show.
It is done. My debt is repaid. I am almost a little wounded that Thor did not call in his favor by way of a mighty ally in battle, but I am sure that this task has aided him in some similar way. I must thank you for your assistance in this noble matter.
Steve Bloom. Beta Ray Bill is unlocked.
let the feast begin. That's right, Alneco Games. Let the feast begin. Dumbledore.
Alright, so Beta Ray Bill is now unlocked.
No, Couch, not Who Wants to Be a Superhero. That's very sweet. Brittany says you deserve everything on your birthday. So do you, Brittany. Thank you so much. Very sweet. No, the show Moises was talking about was, not Who Wants to Be a Superhero. Well, maybe that one, but I think it's Stanley's Superhero Humans or Stanley's Superhero. Where he was going across the world finding superheroes. But maybe there's more than one show like that.
Stanley had a couple live action shows.
He had a few of them.
Who Wants to Be a Superhero, Real Life Superheroes, and there was one more. Alright, who is this lady? Is this Sith?
While seeking Trauma's counsel,
Thor
a
girl?
baleful shade struck us.
Oh!
Attempting to cozen us, he claims to be Thor, Odin's son. Yet I know this to be folly.
Thor Girl Quest.
Oh, you want to know something really interesting?
After we talk to her.
He is, in truth, a clone of Odin's son, known as Ragnarok. There can only be one Thor, or two if one were to count myself. Please, aid me in striking down this deceitful shade.
Whoa! What kind of Thor is that?
How about you, knucklehead?
Oh, thank you so much.
Ultra girl, I would stop saying that.
It is February 18th, Brittany. Yep, his
What?
birthday is 1 month after mine.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, not super chat. Thanks for the kind words, Richard. You're breathtaking. God bless you and your family on your birthday. Oh, thank you so much, Richard. Very sweet.
Of Midgard can be so strange.
Who is this weird Thor?
I've never heard of her.
Thor girl, and I'm fighting like undead Thor or something. He looks like classic Thor, but creepy looking.
I could just watch the first movie over and over. It was so interestingly done. But yeah, you're right. That is the feasting and everything was a huge thing in Norse culture and stuff.
We are victorious. Let this vile betrayer's deceiving tongue be forever silenced. Thor would be most prideful of the great service you have done this day. Therefore, in the name of Asgard, I grant thee this boon.
Thor girl unlocked.
I do not know who that is.
Probably just a, you know, another version of Thor, or maybe Thor's daughter. No idea. Thor girl.
It's like Batgirl, but Thor girl.
Yeah. I guess so. I don't know.
I find something interesting watching the first movie again. You know that guy that works with the Jane?
I dare say I could use your help.
The
Spare me a moment.
the three scientists that work together are Jane, an intern that Jane hires, and then another scientist who is an older guy. Well, when Thor first comes down to Earth, he's like bewildered because he keeps talking about the Bifrost, Odin sleep, Mjolnir, and all these things, and he's like, this sounds so familiar. So I believe, this is just my personal opinion, because he says in the movie, these were like the stories that I heard as a child. Found it really interesting because, you know, I think the guy who is working with Jane, I think he's part Norwegian because he heard those stories growing up as a child. I think he's from Norway. I think he must be, because why would he hear those stories as a child? Otherwise, that's just my personal opinion. So I thought that was a little interesting thing they put in there.
Okay.
I'm just weird.
No,
But,
you're
I mean,
fine.
why would he hear stories? Usually you'd only hear stories like that as a child if you were from that culture.
I'm not starting this invasion
Just
until
saying.
somebody listens to my big speech.
Where? Oh, there he is. There's the bad guy. All right, let's do his quest since we found him.
Finally, you notice us. Tremble, Asgardians, for your light will soon be extinguished by the power of the ether. The time has come for Asgard to suffer as we have suffered. Come, my army of dark elves. Destroy them!
Well, what? I can't read his name. Let's do that. I think it's Malakith.
All who oppose us will be destroyed!
Someone was saying one of the versions of Thor we fought was Ragnarok, the replacement Tony made as Thor when he went missing in the comics. Interesting, Liv. Thank you, Liv and Zelina Stan.
They appear to be winning against the power of ether.
Okay. I'm trying to be crushed.
Face front.
Oh.
This looks like yet another.
Wait, where's Stan Lee? No, he's around. Okay, so I can't beat those guys yet. I have to...
More funds with facts with We're not surprised since she's part Viking and we were playing Asgard. Totally sounds okay.
Oh, this wasn't in the spoon's
Wait! I accept defeat. Curses! If only we actually had the ether. I had hoped that merely telling you we had it would be enough to demoralize you into losing. Well, it was worth a shot. No hard feelings. I'll just leave this here and be on my way.
Dark Elf unlocked.
Have you guys seen the Moon Knight trailer? Says Black Sun. I have seen the newest one, I think. It might have been a teaser, I don't know.
It's basically like a trailer slash teaser. It looks okay.
I mean, I don't know if I saw it. I might have seen the teaser.
Face front. This looks like yet another perilous.
I don't think I saw it because all I saw was him like basically going crazy and talking to himself.
No, that's the trailer.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I saw it.
I ended up correcting people on Twitter. There were some people who were trending. They were like, Moon Knight is better than Batman because, like, they've been around the same time, and I was like, I didn't tell the person they didn't open a comic book. I was just like, let's do some math. 1939 for Batman, 1975 for Moon Knight.
So basically, Batman's been around 40 years before Moon Knight was
Batman's
created.
been around way longer, and most of the consensus when people were watching the trailer, if you go watch the trailer for Moon Knight, all over the place, people are like, wow, this looks interesting, I have no idea who this is. And then you have like there's like maybe 1% of Moon Knight fans on the internet, maybe like half of 1%, and they'd be like, how do you not know who this character is? This is Moon Knight, and he's got powers, and he's better than Batman. That's what they always say. And it's like, how is he better than Batman? Because he kills people? Don't you guys criticize Batman on the internet for killing people in his movies? Yet one of the core things that you say Moon Knight is different than Batman is basically has a split personality disorder and he kills people. It's like, that's your claim to fame? Okay. Superpowers, split personality, kills people. Got it. Yes, that makes him better than Batman.
Oh, it's snowing where you are. Awesome, E2S2 fan. That's
so,
awesome.
Unfortunately, because the Moon Knight show is coming out, you're gonna have a lot of that crazy stuff on Twitter, like people like basically dissing on Batman and stuff like that, using this character, saying, "Oh, he's been around just as long as Batman." It's like, I fail to see how a character's been around like 80+ years, and a character that was introduced in 1975 is around the same time as Batman. It's like around the same time as Batman would be if Moon Knight came out in like the 1950s or 1940s, 1975. And he wasn't even a popular character when he came out. It took a while for his popularity to build up. By like the 1980s, mid-80s, more people started to know who Moon Knight was, but it wasn't really until the 90s that, you know, another version of himself was more popular.
Yep.
So.
And Sons of Gaming was saying that he looked up some of those facts he was talking about. And I've also been interested in Norse, Greek, Egyptian culture and things like that. That's awesome, Sons of Gaming. I mean, those are some really fascinating things to get into, definitely. United Drive says, oh no, Moon Knight better than Batman? I thought MCU fans hate the Dark Universe. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. They're kind of oxymorons. Sorry. It's just, their argument is they don't like this, they don't like that, and then when they see this Marvel character, they're like, oh wow, he kills people and he does all this other stuff. But it's like, isn't that your main argument against why you don't like Batman in the movies? You always criticize him. Also, people are like, oh, Moon Knight has 4 aliases. It's like, no, Moon Knight doesn't have 4 aliases. He has 4 personalities.
Yeah, those
aren't aliases.
He's mentally disturbed.
Aliases are like, you know, other things that people. How do I put this? Like, basically, Batman has Matches Malone. He's got other thug identities. He has like other. Bruce Wayne takes on the role of a rich guy.
Like someone who would have aliases. Natasha Romanoff. She would have lots of aliases.
She has a ton of. Yeah, exactly.
She's actively pretending to be those people in order to get into another country and get data and get out. She doesn't actually think or believe she is those people, because then she'd be insane.
Now, do you know how Batman got the Matches Malone persona? It actually wasn't. He didn't create it. Like, there was this guy named Matches Malone who was like this information broker in Gotham. He got into a squabble with Batman, and when the guy died, which wasn't Batman's fault, the guy like slipped off a bridge or he tried to kill him and got hit by a train. It all depends. Batman took over his identity because nobody knew that Matches Malone was dead. So
he just continued being
continued being Matches Malone, like whenever he needed information. And that was like off and on throughout the 70s and 80s that he did that. Occasionally in the 90s you would see Matches Malone pop up. Dick Grayson has also used because he's a master of disguise as well. He's also taken on the role of Matches Malone.
Oh, wow.
Among other dead gangsters. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the one thing I heard people talking about online in the comments and everything is like that the guy playing Moon Knight, this is just what I heard, so I don't know if this is correct. Guy playing Moon Knight is
the Mandalorian.
American. Oh, okay, I didn't know it was a Mandalorian.
Yeah, he's a Mandalorian.
So
I think
he's an American actor. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
And he is doing a British accent, but his British accent is only for one of his personalities.
Yes.
So people were just like getting really confused, and they had to be explained to, like, no, that's one of his personalities has a British accent. He's supposed to be a dissociative identity disorder.
Yes.
Which basically means
He has like 4 personalities living inside of him.
you have different people talking to you in your own head, and then they come out and they talk as you. Which is really creepy,
yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah. He has different lives that are all like stuck in his head.
And yeah, basically your personality split into different people, which is honestly scary.
Zachary Levi.
Our most recent battle was far from our finest, but Volstagg is taking our defeat a little harder than I would expect. Since our return, he has taken to eating everything in sight.
Fandral. I liked him. I didn't like how they killed him off so quickly.
Comfort eating is not uncommon amongst Asgardians, but some of us have a banquet to host and shall struggle to do so with an empty pantry. If you could fetch me some replacement victuals, I would be most grateful.
Another fetch quest for Thor? Seriously? Another fetch quest! Oh my gosh! Why? Why?
Sammy. Oh, is that Zachary Levi, honey?
No, I mean...
Oh, that's his character.
It's his character. Zachary Levi's not in this.
Sammy Bear is saying Moon Knight has superpowers, Punisher doesn't.
Yeah.
I like Batman for his non-killing rule. How does Moon Knight differ from Punisher, says Droggle. Yeah, exactly,
he's Punisher with superpowers.
Yeah, but what Drago's saying is people are saying Punisher's bad because he kills, but Moon Knight kills.
Yeah,
That's true,
I don't
Drago.
know. Maybe they like the fact that he has like multiple personalities. I don't know.
Originally they were aliases, but then they changed to split personalities, says Alex.
Yeah, because they were trying to make Moon Knight different than Batman. I remember. Because Batman uses different personas. They're not like other personalities in his head.
They need to stop comparing Moon Knight and Batman, says Sammy Bear King. If we want to compare Batman to Punisher as one, or Daredevil, not Moon Knight.
You can't compare Batman to Moon Knight. Batman came out first. He's more popular. If you were to show a picture of Moon Knight to most people, they would associate Moon Knight with Batman because he looks like Batman minus he has the cape, he's got the white eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only difference is he doesn't have the bat ears.
Yeah. I'll see. Moon Knight looks cool, says United Thrive. Yeah. Sons of Gaming says 4. I never knew that. I always thought 2.
No, he has like 4.
Hello Michael. Hello United Thrive.
But
hello.
they're taking the 4 different personalities from different times in the comics. Like the 4 different people that have been Moon Knight. Or actually it might be 5 now, I don't know.
Thank you, and hello Kate. Hi Charles.
The reason why I didn't like read the Moon Knight comics it was either a couple years ago or 10 years ago. They became very vulgar. Like it was basically, you know how Deadpool has like a lot of profanity and stuff in the books, and he's like, they made Moon Knight, I think at least in the 80s or the 90s, he was very vulgar. He was very profane. You know. So it just, I don't know, the edginess of the book didn't really appeal to me. It was just kind of like, okay, so this is like basically Batman who cusses all the time and like, you know, he straight up murders people like all the time, and he's got superpowers. I like his costume, and there were a couple video games where Moon Knight appeared in, like in the 90s. Like I'm trying to remember some of the games, but that's about it, you know.
Thank you for the super chat chats. It's happy birthday, Amber. Thank you so much, Chad. You're breathtaking.
Thank you, Chad.
So much. Thank you for your generosity. Really appreciate that, Chad.
Where's the rest of the food?
Thank you so much, Chad. Hope you're having a great day. Very kind.
So another thing I was bugged about is people were talking about, like, they were basically criticizing on social media, like, Batgirl's costume, like the new one. And they were using, like, here are some examples of Batgirl costumes that are terrible. And they used the 2002 Batgirl suit, and I was like, actually, the 2002 Batgirl suit is, like, one of the best live-action depictions of the suit. But I was like, I did a fun fact on my Twitter. I was like, did you know that the Batgirl costume from 2002 is the same bat suit worn by Alicia Silverstone in Batman and Robin? However, the production team spray painted the suit black, and they made the boots, like they painted the boots and the gloves yellow to match Batgirl's costume from the animated series with Nightwing.
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
And you don't have to answer, because I don't know if you know the answer, but, like,
Is it in regards to Moon Knight?
No,
Because
in regards to the Batgirl costume.
Oh, yeah, sure.
They actually took the same suit and just changed the color?
Yep.
Or they just made a different suit and made it a different color based on the same? They actually took the exact suit and changed the color on it?
It is one of the duplicates they had.
Oh, so they had a bunch of the same one.
Yeah, they had a lot of the suits
and they
from
just
Alicia
took
Silverstone.
one of them and they just spray painted it?
Yeah. Because they didn't have the budget.
So they took one of the suits that was already made.
Yep.
But what if it didn't fit the other actress? Because they would have two different bodies.
They probably had to retailor the suit.
Oh, so they literally took one of the suits that was meant for Alicia
They've done that
Silverstone.
before. How do you think, what suit do you think Christian Bale wore when he auditioned for, like, Batman? Christian Bale wore the Batman Forever sonar suit worn by Val Kilmer, and they, you know, retailored the suit to fit him for his audition. Like, they actually had to go in and, you know, make sure that the suit fit him. But he auditioned with his Bale voice. They have the footage on the internet with him playing in the Batman Forever costume. But they had to, you know, get the suit to fit him, or else he'd look pretty ridiculous in the suit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, they took one of Alicia Silverstone's suits and they refit it to the actress in the 2002 series, spray painted it. It looks fantastic, actually. They made it all black. Did you know they actually made the suits look blue for Val Kilmer and George Clooney and Robin and Batgirl? Because the studio was going for a lighter tone. They thought that the black aspect of the suits was like going more towards what Keaton's style and Burton's style was. Thank you so much for the super chat, Fernando.
Another super chat. So thank you so much for the super chat, chat, and thank you so much, Fernando, again. That's all. Wow, that was a $100 super chat last stream and a $50 one this stream from Fernando, and I think there was like 25 in US dollars from Chad. So thank you guys so much. I'm just like blown away. Thank you so much, Fernando. Thank you, Chad. Thank you for your generosity. Oh my gosh. And to people asking, I am having a great birthday. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you, Fernando. Thank you, Chad. You guys are amazing.
You're gonna do the donation train? You like the donation train?
Thank you guys so much.
There you go, sweet.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, you guys.
Is not uncommon amongst Asgardians, but some of us have a banquet to host and shall struggle to do so with an empty pantry. If you could fetch me some replacement victuals, I would be most grateful.
Kate, I don't know what you're talking about. We haven't banned that person that you're talking about from this community at all. They're not banned, and they were never asked to leave the community. So
what happened?
So there's no reason for them to feel that way. But
wait,
if you continue to talk about it in the chat, I will have to delete your comments, because I don't, there's no reason for, if people keep coming back over and over and over and over again, acting sad about somebody supposedly mistreating them when it never happened. I can't continue to allow people to come back in my chat, because it's just going to interrupt my stream. So please don't bring that up. Just enjoy the stream. But that person is always welcome. They've never not been welcome. Alright, you have a nice day.
Why are they making me do the Fandral Quest again? I was almost done with it. That's weird. Okay, well, strange. I know I just completed this. They're making me do it again.
Are you guys hyped for the Morbius movie?
Yeah, we were looking forward to it in January, but it got moved to April. So now the only movie we have to look forward to before the Batman is the Uncharted movie, which looks fantastic. I'm very excited. That comes out on my birthday. So what we're going to do is, the movie comes out on February 18th. We are gonna go see it in theaters on the 21st of February.
Okay, sure. E2S2 fan says he has a question on Twitter we can look at after the stream.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, and I will check that on Twitter also, Omrod. Awesome, guys. I'll definitely check that out. Hello, Nintendo Lover Girl. Great to see you, Charles and everyone. Hope you guys are doing great.
Okay, so that's 2. So that's done. So then there's only a couple things left to do. So then why didn't it work last time? That was weird. Super, super weird. Okay, so here's another piece of bread. Okay, that's done. So now there's just the one left. Which is right. Wait, where is it?
Would be a most formidable weapon were we to set him on an enemy's food.
Okay, if you say so. It says I'm like literally right on top of it, but I don't see it. Must be up here. Bingo. Now we're done. Okay, so hopefully this will work now. Let's see.
Yeah. And thank you guys for all the super chats today. You guys are very amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Enough fine-smelling nutriment to get this banquet started after all. Don't worry about Bowstag. He had a little too much to eat and went for a little nap. Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. My thanks to you.
Okay, cool. But that wasn't... We didn't unlock him. We unlocked some other girl.
Oh, thanks to the little tweet on Twitter, Charles Demers. Very cute.
Happy birthday with getting a...
People want you to play a spoiler that I made from last stream.
Spoiler?
Yeah, we made spoiler last stream.
You made spoiler?
Well, I made the best version of spoiler that there is.
Custom guy?
No.
Who's that?
I didn't make that.
Okay, that's weird. Well, we saw Nightwing last time.
You have to keep moving over.
Okay. Saw Nightwing.
There's 2 down there. There. That's my version of
That's your
spoiler because they couldn't do very good.
That's your version of
There was
spoiler?
no cape. There was no ability to give her a hood. There was no ability to give her a woman's body up on top. It was just not very many options. But
Okay.
that's my version of
There's
spoiler.
spoiler. Okay. Very cool. Interesting. Alright, so let's, what to do with? This is the dining hall. Doesn't appear to be anything in here. No bricks, no anything. Okay. So I'm pretty sure we talked to everybody then. I think we did all the quests involving, like, meeting people. There's some type of weird statue thing that I think I can knock over. Yeah, this has, like, a weird triangle thing to it. Oh, this is a gun. Okay, never mind.
Oh, okay, thank you, E2S2 says. I showed you something to Luke about when E2S2 and ATS games are not available for any of the PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo consoles. A video from one of my friends. Okay, awesome, E2S2, and I shared it along with you. Okay, I'll definitely check that out, E2S2. Thank you so much.
Today is a really weird day. I still can't believe that Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. That is going to be so weird. Like, what is going to happen to all those franchises now? Are they Xbox only now? I mean, that's huge. Call of Duty, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Warcraft, StarCraft, Candy Crush.
Thor in the chat says, I'm wondering if you are worthy of Mjolnir, Amber.
I'm sure she is.
Luke thinks I am, but honestly, I do believe Odin said that only he who is worthy will be able to lift the hammer. So, since I'm not a guy, I don't really think Loki could probably lift it before me, since he's a guy and I'm not. I just don't. Even if I was a guy Frost Giant, I could lift it, but since I am not a guy, I don't think I could lift it. Look at Beta Ray Bill. He's not an Asgardian, but he is a guy, so. Unless they change, like you said, they'd have to retcon it.
They'll retcon it.
But in reality, the blessing that Odin put on it was only he who was worthy could lift it. So that means we could not be lifted by Sif or even even Thor's mom or
That's the problem I have when new writers come in, they retcon things. And it's like all the work of the, you know, the people who originated Thor's story. You can change it. It always bugs me. Wait, I got nothing for doing that?
I would be more of a Valkyrie. Definitely Sons of Gaming. Thor, how about this? I could be a Valkyrie, or I could have a cool spear. But I think the hammer would be for people like Beta Ray Bill, Thor. You know, if Loki, I am rooting for Loki that, you know, if his heart changes to be right, that he could wield it, because I think he has good in him.
But the problem is, Loki's already a god, though. He doesn't need more power. More power would just corrupt him.
I mean, but Thor is also a god without it as well.
Yeah, no, but
Loki, very powerful.
Loki has his god powers of like ice and
He
all
has
this other stuff.
magic and
Right.
deception and
Right.
many different things.
So if he had the hammer, he would be like an OP god.
I wonder if he'd
Be
be
too much.
more powerful than Thor. I don't know.
Yeah, he would be more powerful than Thor if he had Thor's powers plus his own powers. It'd be like Thor and Loki fusing. That.
Of course, many people don't know this, but back in the olden days, when people said, like, if you're a son of this, or if you would be worthy, then if that person would be worthy, then he would be able to do it. He, many times in olden speech, actually did mean he or she. It was implied he or she. They would just say he, because it was kind of ridiculous to say he or she. So it could have meant both. Like, if they were saying, like, if you were a son of Asgard, they kind of meant son or daughter. It meant both. But I don't know. Today's speech, I don't really know. Fernando says, did you get enough donations today to get a spear? I mean, I can look on Amazon and see if they would sell a weapon to me right now.
You can't. No.
I mean, they do sell swords on Amazon.
No.
Luke says I'm not allowed to have a spear.
Not with your temper.
I'm not worthy of a spear yet. I'm not worthy of an Asgardian spear.
No.
But if I get my temper under control, then I'll be worthy.
Yeah, I don't want to end up
Right
becoming
now-
a shish kebab when Amber has one of her
I'm
little
not
fits.
worthy either of a spear. I have the power, says United Thrive. With great power comes great responsibility, Amber. LOL, says Brittany.
That's correct.
True.
That is very correct. Oh, can I just tell you how fake the media is? So they were doing this thing on superheroes, like it was 2 years ago. I don't know. It was somewhere in either it was California or some type of news thing, and this made the rounds. And they were talking about their favorite Marvel superhero, and the lady was like, without missing a beat, she's smiling at the camera and she says, "My favorite Marvel superhero is Superman," because she says, "With great power comes great responsibility." Good night, everybody. And, you know, that thing went viral a couple years ago.
Wow.
Because it just showed you how out of touch CNN was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Number one, it's not a Marvel hero. Number
Right.
two, that line has never been said in Superman comics.
That was
So she got
Spider-Man's line.
Two things wrong
Yeah.
in one stupid statement.
Yeah. It was funny. It was like, what? It just shows you how out of touch people are. I mean, that's Spider-Man's catchphrase, and, you know, Superman is, of course, DC. Superman's catchphrase used to be, truth, justice, and the American way.
Amber with a spear would be awesome for Luke and Amber, terrifying for everyone who would dare cross her path. Definitely, Fernando. It's true. You're very generous, Fernando. Thank you so much for all the donations. Thank you, Chad, and thank you all for the kind wishes, everyone. And I know I had a bunch of different donations today, and you know, highlighted messages and kind thoughts on Twitter and on the chat. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that, everyone. Face palm moment indeed, Sons of Gaming.
I mean, it's pretty dumb.
I want to mount a sword and shield in my living room, says Chad. That
Very
would be
cool.
We actually know a couple that, well, I won't say who they are, but I know a couple that basically they were into like Japanese weapons and stuff, and I think they had a couple of them in their house mounted on their wall. They did get into kind of like an argument one time and kind of picked up those weapons at one point. So that could have turned really bad, but thankfully they're still both alive. But I'm just saying, like, it's probably sometimes, depending on how the tendency people are to get into arguments, it might be good not to have weapons on the wall. Maybe if they're mounted really well so they could not come off the wall.
You're scaring me, Amber.
But, I think I could handle a spear. I think I could have a cool spear. I do have spears on my YouTube channel. I put spears on there.
Yeah, you did.
I might change my YouTube channel banner and put like Assassin's Creed Valhalla thing on it.
Convergence spot.
Thank you guys very much.
What is this? Oh, wow. Well, that worked. The Mighty Destroyer. Who is the Mighty Destroyer?
Amber with a spear is kind of terrifying, says Timothy. We care Amber's safety and yours, says Sons of Gaming.
Thank you. Oh yeah, Sons of Gaming, before I forget, check your DM, buddy. I reached out to you a little while ago about something. Just let me know if everything was okay with that. So, wait, how in the world do I use this bus then? Convergence spot. This bus doesn't do anything?
What is that from? Doth mother know you weareth her drapes, says Tony.
Are you serious?
I don't know what that's from.
That is from the first Avengers movie where Iron Man and Thor fight in the park.
That's very rude.
Iron Man, like, makes fun of... He calls Thor Shakespeare in the park.
But Thor is... That's where he's from. Shakespeare is...
Right.
He's...
No, he's not a Shakespearean.
He's not Shakespearean, but he's from olden times.
Right. So Tony Stark gets Thor angry. He was like, "Does mother know you weareth her drapes?" And then Loki's just basically sitting up there eating popcorn because he's having the Avengers fight so he can escape custody.
Yeah.
Like he's
poor Loki. The end of the first movie just breaks my heart.
Right. But that's how Loki was in the Thor movies. He was almost like a different character in the Avengers movies. He's a villain.
I know,
in
but
the Avengers
it breaks
movies.
my heart, Luke. That he could have. He actually. Did you guys know in the first Thor movie, when Odin goes into Odin's sleep, he almost has like this heart attack kind of thing where he's stressed out, and he goes into Odin's sleep. He's like in this semi-sleeping state, and Thor has already been banished to Earth because Odin has stripped him of his powers because he was unworthy. So the only son left to comfort his mother and father is Loki, and they put Loki on the throne because they completely trust him. He's their son, just like Thor is. And it's just interesting that Loki always wants the throne, but he gets the throne in the first movie very easily. His parents just give it to him because they trust him completely. It's just interesting that his whole life he's trying to earn the respect and admiration of his parents when I don't know if... I mean, part of me wonders if they don't love him as much as Thor, but part of me wonders if they do, and he's just always feeling like he does not.
This is why I did not like some of the Avengers movies by Joss Whedon, is because, like I said, Loki behaves differently in the Thor movies. He's more likable, and he's an interesting character in the Thor movies. In the Avengers films, the one that he's in, he's like completely opposite of how he was. Like, he just fell off the Bifrost Bridge, right? And then he just happens to fall to Earth and becomes evil or something like that. It doesn't make any sense.
Right, and when he falls off the Bifrost Bridge, he is going to destroy all of the frost giants. And many people don't realize this. Like, I had to watch the first movie again to understand why. His father was a frost giant. His father left him for dead. And at the beginning of the movie, Thor is going to destroy the frost giants because he's angry. Because the frost giants came into Asgard, and he said, how dare they? And Loki says, don't do this, brother. You know, don't do this. Father will be angry. We shouldn't be here. And he follows his brother, but he actually tells Odin that they've gone. He tells Heimdall to tell his father, come get us, because Thor's doing something crazy. And then Odin actually comes down while Thor is taking names with frost giants, and basically Odin comes in and basically grabs them and brings them out of the frost giant land, and he's very angry with Thor. And that's when he doesn't strip him of his powers yet. Thor calls him an old fool and says, you won't do anything. You allowed them to come in. You're not going to do anything in retaliation. And he says there's a time for war and there's a time for peace. And he's like, you need to understand there's a difference. You cannot always fight. You have to be a better king than this. And he says, you're an old fool. You don't know what you're doing. And he says, you know what? You're stripped of your powers. So he strips him of his powers and sends him to Earth. But then he puts a blessing on the hammer and says, whoever will be worthy of this hammer, he will be worthy of it. But at the end of the movie, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk so much about this.
Fine.
I'm sorry, I really like the movie a lot. But at the end of the movie, basically, so you hear at the beginning of the movie, Thor is just killing frost giants randomly because he's angry. At the end of the movie, Loki turned the Bifrost, it usually is a viewing map or a portal, he somehow with his magic powers or his giant powers, he turns it into a portal or destruction of death, like a freezing death ray, and he sends it to the entire realm of the frost giants. So not only is he just going to go in there and kill frost giants, he's going to freeze and destroy their entire realm. All of them will be wiped out. They will all die. Every single frost giant. And Thor says, this isn't the way, Loki. You can't do this. And Loki says, why? You were killing them at the beginning of this movie. What is the matter? What's the matter with you, Thor? And Thor says, I have changed. So between the beginning of the movie and the end, Thor realizes he can't just go killing people because he's angry. And then Thor, basically the reason why Loki wants to destroy the frost giants is he wants to impress his father. He wants to get rid of the problem. The problem is the frost giants. If he gets rid of the frost giants, he can impress his father. And he even says this at the end of the movie. He says, if I could get rid of your enemy, then you would count me worthy like you count Thor worthy. You would think I was worthy of the throne the same way Thor is. So, but towards the end, when he falls, I'm sorry, I'm getting to the point. So when he falls from Asgard, when he falls from grace or from heaven or whatever you want to say, it's very poetic. It's I felt like crying. It was unbelievable. So he's like, no, I'm killing all these frost giants. And Thor says no. And he breaks his own Bifrost bridge. The bridge that connects their realm to all of the other 9 realms. So he breaks his own bridge, which is one of the most important things in Asgard. He tears it apart and destroys Heimdall's Bifrost thing. And Thor is bashing it with his hammer, breaking the entire Rainbow Bridge. And Loki's like, no. And then they have this fight on the bridge. And then he breaks it. And then basically Loki falls. Thor catches him. And then Thor falls. Odin comes just in time and catches Thor. And then basically he explains to Odin, as Odin is holding both of his sons up, Loki is explaining to his father, I wanted to take care of your enemy. I wanted you to be proud of me too, father.
You've already mentioned this.
Right. I know. I'm repeating points. But then, he says, then Odin says, this is not the way. And then Loki lets go of Thor's hand and falls into the abyss. You don't even know where he goes. So it feels like Loki feels unloved, or he feels like he'll never be good enough for his father. And it's almost like he's killing himself. Because it's like he doesn't have a reason to live. It's actually really sad.
Careful when you say that stuff.
I know,
online.
but I'm just saying, that's what it's like at the end. It's terrible because he falls into the abyss. You don't even know if he'll ever be seen again. I'm sorry. It's very sad.
But he is seen again. He becomes an Avengers villain.
I know, but from that movie where he's such a kind and loving son to becoming a villain, I have no clue what happened.
Right, he just became a generic villain.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
He's so much better than Thor movies than the Avenger movies. Exactly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go into this.
Odin.
If people think I will allow my throne to be used in the practice of such frivolous things as Hulk selfies, they can think again.
Odin Quest.
It may appear excessive to you, but I have several guards stationed ready to apprehend anyone partaking in such mockery. As long as their watchful eyes are trained on that throne, none shall selfie.
None shall selfie? Okay. This is a Hulk selfie section?
This is almost as bad as the time Frigga suggested we open a gift shop. Is nothing sacred?
Why does... okay, so apparently Hulk is going to take a selfie in Asgard. Alright, why not? Sure. No, I don't want to be this Bruce Banner.
I didn't mean to get into it too much.
I don't care.
I really...
Children running amok with garments.
You're right. He does become just kind of... That's why in Ragnarok, I like it so much better because Thor and him become friends again in a way. Kind of how they used to be.
Kind of, but he's still acting like Avengers Loki and not so much Thor movie Loki. Because, like, you know...
I like the innocence that Thor and Loki have as brothers wanting to please their parents and to be good kings in the Thor movies. And then I don't like how Tony Stark is such a freaking jerk, making fun of Thor and his drapes, and he takes away some of that innocence. It's like Thor is such a kind person, and so is Loki. They're too good for this world. They literally should belong in Asgard, away from us, because we're such jerks down here to everyone. That's what I honestly believe.
Uh-huh.
I'm so weird.
I don't understand. Where's the Hulk selfie point? Like, what is going on? Did I break Odin?
Yeah, if you guys are new and like you feel like someone's ignoring you in the chat, people just like to watch the stream and chat once in a while. Like, not every stream will people be having a discussion with each other. Some people just like to watch the stream. You know, also, we do have a rule, just FYI, we try not to bring up drama in the chat, so if you have a really, really dramatic thing that happened to you, that's really stressful or something, and you keep talking about it over and over again, your messages may get deleted because, you know, people just kind of want to watch the game. It's just a gaming channel, so just have fun and, you know, hang out, you know, but just know if people aren't talking to you, it doesn't mean they don't like you, it means they're just watching the game.
I think I need to leave and then come back because the Odin thing, there was supposed to be a selfie place for Hulk. I'm not seeing it. Also to give me a rough idea of how much stuff I have left to do in Thor's level anyway. So we're going to leave and come back, guys and gals. Oh, it's not going to let us leave.
I don't know what the Buccaneers are, Brittany. Oh, football team. Oh.
Football.
I love football. I've been a Cowboys fan. I watched them through with Dad. I'll support the Cowboys even though they disappoint me. Oh.
Okay, hang on.
Very cute.
Alright, so we've gotten 4 out of 7 bricks, 8 out of 10 characters, no Stanley yet. So we're doing okay with Asgard, but it's not quite done yet. So we need 5 more gold bricks, and we need 2 more characters. So 1 from Odin.
I would have liked to see a Loki movie of what happened after he fell from Asgard. Where did he land?
Earth, the Avengers movie.
But that's where he landed? He just randomly landed on Earth?
Yes.
That's where he landed? He didn't. He should have landed somewhere else cooler than
Okay,
Earth.
come on, stop.
Okay, sorry.
I need to see where Odin's marker is.
Sorry.
My throne to be used in the practice of such frivolous things as Hulk selfies. It may appear excessive to you, but I have several guards stationed ready to apprehend anyone partaking in such mockery. As long as their watchful eyes are trained on that throne, none shall selfie.
Okay, none shall selfie. So Hulk can't do a selfie as long as those guards, so you have to hit... Okay, now I see. Amber was talking too much, I didn't know what to do. So you have to hit the gong. If you hit the gong, then the guards will be distracted and Hulk can take the selfie. Okay. There we go. So we did that, and we switched to Hulk. And then Hulk can take his selfie. I think. What? Or not.
It's my imagination.
Well met.
Okay. Oops. Hulk selfie. Hulk, take the selfie.
What is this? Curses! How did you manage to bypass my security? I shall
see you imprisoned for life.
Oh, I suppose it isn't that grave a matter. Take your ill-gotten painting. I have greater matters to attend to. But, I grant you this prize in exchange for never mentioning this to Frigga. Do you understand?
Okay, so Odin is now unlocked. Great. So that means there's one more character to unlock. After Odin. There we go. Yay! Let's do... You said there is a thing I can do where I can find character detector.
Oh, you guys are both Cowboys fans, Fernando and Brittany? Awesome.
Well, they're in Texas, so...
You're gonna have a bigger vacation this summer? Awesome, Nintendo lover girl.
Oh, wait, no. Fernando is in Jersey, Brittany's in Texas. That's right.
Thanos mind-controlled Loki with the Mind Stones to Sammy Samurai. Oh yeah, that's right, Luke. Remember he was working for Thanos when he first came to Earth, I believe.
Ah, I totally forgot about that. Okay. So there's just gonna be a character in here.
I'm sorry for talking too much. Did
I
I see the Loki show? I did. Hello, Ruga. Hey, Black Sun. Hello, Brittany. D-Dog. Yep, I am having a good birthday. Hello, Kate. Hi, Thomas. E2S2 fan. Devin Ghost. Brittany. Charles Demers. Hello, Fernando. Chad. Batman. Thomas. And E2S2 Fanatic. Hi, Chris. Captain. Hello, Emily. And Nintendo Lover Girl. Great to see you. Batman Rocks. Kate, and everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you, Emily Barnes. I'm having a great birthday. Thank you so much. Ruga says he's also somewhat of a Cowboys fan. Oh, awesome. Captain Chris says, I remember watching you guys for 2 years. I'm in college sophomore now. God bless both of you. Thank you so much, Captain Chris. Bless you too. Thank you so much.
There you go.
Oh, thank you, Captain Zaxxas. Happy birthday. I'm proud of you, and I hope Luke will give you a great gift. I know him. Luke will give her something nice. Yeah.
I posted what I got Amber on her on our Twitter. We'll post it on our Instagram later.
Yeah, you guys can see what Luke got me on Twitter. So, best gift I got was watching one of my favorite movies with Luke and hanging out with him. We watched an anime and got to hang out and spend time with my best friend. I got to eat cake with Luke and ice cream, and also we got food yesterday. And one of the best, I actually broke down because I didn't get gas in my car a couple days ago, and Luke didn't yell at me. And that was a very good birthday gift too, because Luke is very kind to me all the time. And Luke got me a custom-made Hawk Girl shirt online, and I got an Assassin's Creed mug. I got the Snyder Cut movie. Luke got me, I know Brianna's always talking about coloring books for older people, so Luke got me a coloring book that has like Japanese dragons, fish, and flowers in it, and he got me a whole set of colored pencils to use with
professional color pencils.
And it actually has, I like how it has a sharpener that attaches so I can't lose the sharpener, and I really like that. And then Luke also got me a little, one of my favorite movies is How to Train Your Dragon. He got me a little toothless dragon plushie, which is adorable.
And another Celtic jewelry.
And he got me another Celtic little cross jewelry necklace. And I forgot what else, but yeah, Luke got me a bunch of stuff online, and we had a really nice birthday. We had my birthday around 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and Luke stayed up all night so he could hang out with me on my birthday, and then Luke went to sleep after that at around noon, so he actually took 2 hours of his sleep away so he could have spend time with me on my birthday. So Luke actually lost sleep so he could spend time with me. So thank you guys very much. And yeah, Luke gave me a great birthday.
Thank you, sweetie.
If I wasn't married, I think I I don't know what I would do for my birthday. I'm very glad that I'm married to Luke, and he's
Archon?
always seems to do the best thing ever for my birthday.
Who the heck is Archon?
Oh, thank you for putting the, how old are you?
Old enough.
Not, sure, let's go with 27. Let's go with that.
Wow.
Let's go with that, Andrew.
Okay. Alright,
If
so...
you draw a DC Marvel character, make it DC versus Marvel, and I want to see it. Okay, thank you, Captain Zach.
It's a coloring thing, honey, or people, it's not like an art pad. Okay, so that was the Undercorft.
Oh, I'm sorry you might lose your job, Batman. We'll be praying that you definitely don't. I'm so sorry. Oh, you're sore? Okay, Ruga, sorry about that. Oh.
Oh, let's see. Okay, I can't hear the music anymore. It's driving me crazy. There we go. Okay. Oh, much better.
I dare say I could use your help. Would you spare me a moment?
What? Why would I? We already worked with you.
I thought Amber was 20 or 18. Amber's 28 today, says Brittany.
Wow.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that, Fernando and Brittany. I don't want to think about how old I am.
Amber's 30 with some years experience added
What?
to it.
I am not over 28. What? What? How dare you, Luke?
Okay. Alright, so where...
I don't want to talk about how old I am.
Alright, guys, how in the world do I get past... This stuff right here is super annoying. Like, how does one bypass... Oh, never mind. I see it now. Never mind.
I don't actually know how old I am. I'm not even going to look it up. Amber 24. You don't look a day over 18. Thank you, Couch. Aw, Amber's 26 is United Thrive. Thanks, guys.
Somebody's brown nose.
Ryoko says, Ryoko Beifong says, don't be shy of your age. You're still beautiful. Thank you, Ryoko. Very sweet.
127. Whoops. 127.
But for real, how old is Amber? I don't want to say. If Amber does not say, I'm going to assume 89.
No.
Alright, where's the band? No. Amber 21. Thank you, Aaron Nair Exile. I don't even know. I don't even know how old I am. I don't want to look it up. I don't want to know.
Where is Doctor Strange? Ah! There he is. Okay, cool. So you're supposed to go inside here. Yoink. There we go. Okay.
Why is 30 considered the 40, new 40?
No, it's not the new 40.
It's not. It's
50 is the new 40.
I don't want to be, because I work in media. I also really love music, and I can't really audition if I look old for a musical part. So, it's very stressful to me to think about getting older, because my life is, I really would like to do music. So, thinking about auditioning and looking like some kind of old, like, hag singing on stage, I don't want to think about it. It's just stressful to me.
Oh, we got rid of the force field. That's what just happened. Oh, I get it. Alright, so that was for a gold brick. Okay, cool. So that's 5 out of 10 gold bricks.
Oh, what? No, you didn't have to do that, Ruga. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, sorry I can't give much. Have to budget for future plans. Happy birthday.
Aww.
Thank you so much, Ruga.
Ruga, you're already an ultimate, buddy. You don't have to super chat.
Well, he knows. He's doing it of his own free will.
That's very sweet. Whoa! Whoa!
Thank you so much, Ruga. Thank you, Ruga, for the super chat. Oh, it's Simon's. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amber. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, Simons.
Wow.
Oh, thank you so much, Simons. Wow.
It's very sweet, you guys.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much.
Alrighty, so
Well,
where?
thank you guys so much. Maybe I'll be able to actually be able to get down to visit my family then
Oh,
at some point.
honey, you accidentally
Oh, what did I do?
you hit the thingy.
Sorry. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Ah!
Whoa!
I'm so
whoa!
sorry. I don't know what
whoa!
I'm doing. I'm all confused. I got all these super chats.
Drop out.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. Okay.
Thank you so much. What should I do? Ah!
Donation train, maybe? I guess Skeletor's not working anymore. There you go.
And also, Simons was the top donator of this stream.
Honey, you can't play 2 GIFs at once. You'll break it.
I didn't. I turned the other one off.
Okay.
A mighty deceiver is upon us. I would ask that you lend your ear to my plight.
Thank you guys so much. I hit the join button, did I?
Huh?
What? Did I? Oh, right. I hit the join into the game button. Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, Simons. Thank you, Ruga. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Training
You
grounds.
guys, I don't know what to say.
You already said thank you.
I don't know what.
Let's see, where... Ah, okay, that's gonna be another... Alright, so we're in the training grounds now, so we need Cap. Let's bring in Bucky. I like Bucky Cap, he looks cool. There we go. Actually, does Falcon Cap throw the shield too? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Training grounds.
Thank you for all the super chats today. Oh my gosh.
Skeletor's sick today.
Simon's top donator of the day, or of the stream, because Fernando did another $100 donation last stream. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't even know what to say. Sorga says, I mean, it's your birthday. Oh, thank you so much. I can hide, take me with you. I can hide in the luggage. Oh wait, I don't know what we're talking about. I may... Oh, thank you so much, Simons and Ruga. Thank you guys so much. Brittany says, yes. Fernando says, thank you, Simons, a good boy and a good mod. And Ruga as well. Oh, thank you guys so much. And thank you, Leroy says, Wolf, thanks for being thank you for all our ultimates here. We got, Brittany and Leroy and, all of you guys, all the channel members and people that have helped our channel over the years. Thank you so much. Chad, Timothy, and everyone. Thank you, Fernando and Simon's top donators of the day. Thank you guys so much. Who cares how old a person is? Are you happy? Yeah, I'm very happy today, Simons.
Ooh,
thank you.
Okay, there we go.
I am happy.
That was weird.
I mean, there's nothing I can do about getting older.
No, unfortunately, that's something that we can't prevent.
Of course, they say if you put Vaseline on your face, you can look like young.
You're gonna look very young, and even in your 60s, you'll still look
Oh.
young. Yes, you will.
That's what you saying that.
No, you've never done drugs or alcohol. That stuff ages you. Look at a lot of our old YouTube friends that have been on YouTube just as long as us. They look about like 15 years older than us, and they're younger than us.
Even if I look all weird, at least I would be like Simon says. It only matters if you're happy.
Mm-hmm.
I am very happy. I got to watch Groundhog Day with Luke, and I got a little dragon plushie, and I had a good conversation with my mom, even though.
Well, that's good.
I wanted it. I didn't feel comfortable with her sending a certain amount, but I didn't say anything because I felt like it's my birthday, so I'm trying not to ruin the holiday. So
It's not a holiday. It's your birthday. You don't have to view it as a holiday. It's something special that people want to celebrate because they're thankful that you're alive.
I could use your help.
That's all.
I'm trying to become a human being and celebrate it. Usually I try to ignore it.
I know.
I told Luke this week, I said, well, I usually don't get a cake for myself or do anything nice for myself. I said, but I decided to get a cake to appear more human.
So it's good to appear more human.
I realized that after a while, it's like, it's kind of weird not to. It's like, it's better to get it. Like, cause I went to the store, cause Luke can't really drive.
No, I
so,
can't really drive.
Cause I was did you know that yesterday was Blue Monday? It's supposedly the worst Monday. It's supposedly the most sad day of the whole year. In the whole world. Psychologists call it Blue Monday. Because it's the most depressing day of the year. It's the day when all your finances start to dry up for everything you spent on Christmas. It starts to get cold outside. And, like, there's another, like, a bunch of different factors. The letdown from the holidays is, like, going downhill. And, like, you start to, you know, they said most people's New Year's resolutions are broke by the third Monday of the
oh my gosh.
They said, like, everyone starts to get depressed on the third Monday of the year. And that was yesterday. And we had a lot of people in the chat that were actually pretty sad yesterday. And I didn't know why everyone was sad on the same day. But yeah, so I'm glad, yeah. You know what, I wasn't sad on Blue Monday. You know why? Because actually there was a lot of bad stuff that happened. My cat started getting sick. Luke was sick. My whole, like, day started going weird. But I went and got myself an ice cream at, what is that place called? Dairy Queen. And I had, like, $5 in my purse. And I was like, I'm gonna get ice cream. So I got ice cream. And I felt a lot better. I put my cat in the basement. Didn't worry about her. I was like, I'll figure it out later. I was having a good day. Because it's like, it is better just to do things that make you happy and don't worry about things. Take one thing at a time. Because I could have stressed all day about my cat getting sick and making messes all over the house. And I could have stressed about how my husband, you know, can't drive, so he couldn't go get me a cake. But instead I went out and I got myself a nice, yummy, I got myself a cake with chocolate ganache. Because I was like, well, Luke's not here, so I'm just gonna get the cake that looks the most delicious to me.
And if there are new people in the chat, it's not that I don't want to drive or I'm trying to put other responsibilities on Amber. I'm losing the use of my legs.
Yeah, Luke has a cane.
I use a cane to walk around outside the house.
He can't drive at all.
No.
His foot is all messed up.
Yeah, they don't know what happened. Some doctors think that somehow I got the virus, like, in the early stages of, like, 2019, and it kind of messed up my nerves. Another doctor believes it's the family disease of neuropathy that's, like, impacting my legs. Nobody knows, and I can't really get, like, a lot of testing for my legs because of the pandemic, so I just kind of, you know, it's just been getting worse every, like, year or so. But I used to drive, and I used to do a lot of stuff, and we're making do. Is that Stan Lee that's in trouble? Yeah, okay. Alright, so this is for Stan.
Uh-oh, this wasn't in this month's bullpen.
This would be what now? Okay, so saving Stan.
I can get a javelin online, a throwing spear made out of steel for $69.
Oh my gosh.
It's an actual weapon. This is a tactical hunting spear.
Terrifying, Amber.
Wow, I could kill, I mean,
yeah, I don't...
Wow, this looks like an actual scary weapon.
Let's hold off on that for now.
Here's a talon spear with a sheath. $75. That looks like something you would have in Wakanda. That looks really long. Look at the spear.
Yeah, yeah, that's terrifying.
Wow, they actually do have weapons on Amazon. Oh my gosh, look at this one. It has several blades on it.
Alright, we saved Stan Lee.
Grips. Here's one with a leather grip. That is cool. I could put some feathers on that.
Oh my gosh. Alright, Stan Lee has been saved.
I could have this by January 20. Yeah, wait, I didn't mean to. Wait, I didn't mean to add it to the cart.
Oh my gosh!
No!
No, don't get that. That'd be terrifying, please.
It's a swipe to place your order.
No. You're not quite ready for that yet.
Luke says I'm not worthy of the spear yet.
No.
Ooh, here, a Victorian era Zulu spear. $49.
That's something that you would hang over a fireplace or something.
That looks cool.
We could get like a version of our coat of arms and put the spear on. You could get like 2 spears and have them mounted on the wall so that they can't come off.
Luke, come on. What if there's an intruder? I would need to grab it. Then I'd be like, they slipped and fell on this.
Yeah, they slipped and fell on the spear that used to be on the wall.
Ooh, here's a wooden one. This one looks cool.
You can get a wooden spear.
No, it has a metal spike on the end.
Oh my gosh, no. Nope,
Oh,
nope,
now
nope.
I'm actually looking at spears online, you guys. Spear!
Oh my god.
These look very dangerous. Like,
are dangerous.
you could literally, I mean, if this was sticking up and you fell down the stairs, like, it would be very bad. Like, you would be yeeted immediately. Wow.
Oh boy.
Ask that you lend your ear to my plight.
Here's a Roman-style spear you can get on Amazon. You truly can buy anything on Amazon.
Almost.
Okay, here's the cheapest spear they have. Roman spear, $17 on Amazon. It says it's for men's cosplay.
Why would you want to? So this is really nothing here? I can't believe there's nothing.
You have to choose what kind of spear you're looking for. Cold steel spear, tactical spear, or hunting spear. Which kind am I supposed to, I like the hunting ones because they look scary.
I don't know. I don't understand what's going on with all this stuff. Like, why? This isn't counting down to
Oh
anything.
my gosh. You can buy a Viking era battle axe made out of steel. Oh my gosh. This looks like it could definitely cut through some stuff.
I don't feel comfortable with this.
Wow, this looks absolutely terrifying. I just don't know if I could, like, be... I think Luke would be safe with these things in the house. Yep, you can definitely get some cool stuff on Amazon.
Yeah.
I can't even believe it's legal to sell this kind of stuff. So you're saying I need to get a permit for a firearm, but I can actually buy a spear off of Amazon without any, like, documentation of my mental state of mind and what I plan on doing with this? Unbelievable.
Our most recent battle was far from our finest.
They should make you
Those
fill out a
taking out
questionnaire.
defeat a little harder than I would expect. Since our return, he has taken comfort eating is not uncommon amongst Asgardians.
Wait, but I already did this.
Our most recent battle was comfort eating.
Okay, hang on. Something's not right here. Go back to space. Yes. There's something wrong. I don't know where the remainder of the Asgardian stuff is. Wait, where is it? It's kind of hard to find. Got all the golden bricks. Oh no, we're done. We did it. Never mind. That's everything. Asgard's done, 100%.
Good job, honey.
Yep. All the gold bricks, Stan Lee. Everything. Great.
I didn't help at all.
You did.
Here's a boar spear.
Awesome.
For hunting boar.
Well, there you guys go. So that is, Asgard is 100% done. All done.
What kind of animals do you think I would be hunting out in the wild with my spear?
I don't really know, Amber. I'm terrifying beyond all measure.
You know what, Luke? Never mind. I'm not gonna have to bring meat from the grocery store anymore.
Oh boy.
I have got this covered. I'm pretty sure I heard some little animals out in the backyard. We're gonna get a spear. We're not gonna need to go outside anymore. And good thing I went to culinary class. I actually know how to clean an animal and put it on the table for dinner. This is great. I'm gonna get my stuff. This is fantastic. Thanks for the super chats, guys. I know what I'm gonna get now.
Oh gosh.
Thank you for the super chat. The chat says Amber's planning on going on an adventure and fighting monsters. Yes, squirrel meat for all.
Oh gosh.
Thank you, the chat, for the super chat. You're breathtaking. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Ben. So sorry I couldn't stick around. I was at the dentist.
No worries.
Thank you so much, Ben, for the super chat. Thank you guys all for the super chats. Thank you so much.
In the name of the Allfather, shall I proceed here?
All right. Well, I don't want to bother you. We're finishing. I'm gonna make sure I don't accidentally buy these spears on accident.
Yeah, please don't.
I'm gonna take them. It says they're saved for later.
Okay. We did it.
We did it. We did it.
Yep. All right. So anyway, guys and gals, that is going to do it. Oh, now Skeletor's working again. That's weird. That is going to complete today's Lego Marvel Avengers Part 18 Thor Asgard Birthday Bash for Amber. Apparently Skeletor's been broken for a while, but he seems to be in rare form. The next live stream will be Amber's birthday stream on Catwoman. For Ultimate Channel VIP, Carlos, the Retro King. Which Thor is terrified about the prospect of the Catwoman game because it's so bad. That was also an Amber birthday present, so we're going to get that set up for you guys.
Yay!
Followed by more Amazing Spider-Man will be tonight, and some other cool stuff. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all the super chats. You guys are all breathtaking. You really, guys, are helping out the channel in ways that we can't even begin to describe. We had a fun little talk with our network manager, and they said, we apologize that your channel revenue is down, but they said your super chat revenue and your membership revenue is very high, and you guys, you're gonna do just fine as long as you keep members. So
thank you, Batman, for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Batman.
But you guys are all breathtaking. Thank you so much for hanging out on Amber's first section of her birthday stream. She's gonna be playing Catwoman next, so don't miss it. It'll be happening around 8:15, 8:30. We're going to go have some birthday dinner, and then see you guys then. All right, people, thank you so much. We'll see you in a little bit with Catwoman.
God bless, happy gaming. See ya.
Check out today's hilarious short where Amber talks about Batman's most dangerous weapon in his arsenal. Proceed to that if you haven't already. God bless and happy gaming, guys. We'll see you in a little bit.